Recently, I was quite sick. I was housebound, or rather bedbound, in what I'm now calling a drug-induced coma. I was sick, so I had to take medication, which I don't normally do. When I returned to work, my students came over to talk to me, to tell me what they had been working on and what had been going on while I was away. One of my students came up to me and said, "Are you sure you're okay? Are you really okay?" And I said, I know I'm physically present, but the rest of me, I'm not sure. I hope it's on the beach somewhere enjoying the sun. She came by later to see if all of me had returned yet. This is a good example of being out of balance, where parts of me felt not connected or even not present. What does balance mean to you? To me, balance means to have mental, emotional, and physical being in alignment in the present, here and now. A lot of people feel that their profession is misunderstood or underappreciated. I believe that teaching is one of the professions that is the most misunderstood and underappreciated. Why do I think that? Because think about it. Everybody teaches. It's a human condition. We spend most of our lives either teaching or being taught to. For this reason, there's a whole segment of the population out there who believe that teaching is no big deal. As teachers, how often do we get praised? When something is wrong, we know about it right away. So when we don't hear anything, we assume that everything is okay. To me, this means that my motivation, my desire, my passion must come from within me, from inside me. So everybody teaches. The question is everyone able to teach? Plutarch, a Roman historian from the 1st century, made the following comment. He said that the mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. To me, this is what teaching is. Teaching is about kindling this fire, lighting this passion within our students. If we ourselves are not balanced, if we do not have passion or fire, how do we share this with our students? I'm reminded of a conversation I had with a daughter of a friend of mine. She was really excited because this year she loved her teacher. However, she added, "My teacher doesn't like math, so we don't do much of it." Children are very interesting. They can see right through us. They know when we are being honest. They know when we are doing something we like, and they can definitely tell whether we are interested in what we are teaching or not. They're also very good at figuring out when we are not in balance. They may not know it consciously, but they will point it out to us somewhere or another. What do you do to find your balance? How do you know when you're out of balance? And why is it important? I think it's important because none of us knows what a child will become or is capable of. Einstein, at one point in his life, was considered to be mentally challenged by some of his teachers. I wonder how many of his teachers knew what he was capable of. Yet somehow, within Einstein, there was a fire kindled that allowed him to follow this passion. How can any of us know for sure where and when this fire was kindled? Maybe the child that yawns through all your lessons, or the child who has no idea what is going on. Maybe he is going to be the one and has the capability to change the world. As teachers, I believe it's one of our jobs to ignite this passion, this fire, so that the capabilities come to fruition. For those of us who watch CSI shows, in those shows, one of the things that they talk is that at any crime scene, there's always something left behind and something taken away. It's just not obvious all the time. Similarly, when we teach, we leave something behind and we take something away. My question is, what is it that you want to leave behind? So, how do you know when you're out of balance? 3 quick ways that I can show you are stand on one leg. As you can tell, I'm not in balance right now. But if you stand in one leg and if you can hold it for about 10 seconds, or go up into your tippy toes and raise your hands, or if you're having a day like I did, where you don't feel connected, where you keep dropping things, you keep bumping into things, you keep making mistakes, it's a very good sign that you're out of balance. To get your balance again, I can show you 3 quick remedies, but for long-term balance, I would recommend meditation, yoga, martial arts, or any other form which will allow your body to be connected with the rest of you. So the first quick way is to take a deep breath and imagine you're pulling it down to your toes. Hold it for a few seconds and release it very slowly. And as you release it, imagine it coming out from your toes and the rest of your body. Do that about 3 times. The second quick remedy is to take a drink of water. The third one is just to move. Any movement will release energy that is blocked. A suggestion is not to have water on your table with you. That way, when you stand up to go drink the water, movement is automatically included in it. Have you watched people who are very good at what they do? Imagine the Olympics. We're all glued to the screen, watching these amazing athletes at work. When we watch people that are very good at what they do, there is a certain attractiveness about it. The attractiveness comes from the fact that the people who are doing what they are doing seem like they've disappeared into what they are doing. It's almost like their being and their doing have united in perfect harmony and balance. Thank you very much for listening to my talk.